Part 1. Data Visualization. Let's discuss data visualization. Data visualization in our context means a structured tabular presentation of such data as in smart lists, navigation lists, or Excel spreadsheets. Data visualization sets the stage for what you see when you drill down from ActivReporter's Excel-based financial statements to the underlying transactions. On the desktop, we have two applications, ActivReporter on the left and Dynamics GP on the right. Each application has demo data for two companies, Fabricam and University. We now explored the user interface for ActivReporter. On the left side of the screen is the navigation pane. The top panel is the system area, and below that are panels for each of the two companies. The system area in ActivReporter contains information roughly analogous to the Dynamics tables in GP, a place where you find options universal to all companies, such as security roles and registered users. Each ActivReporter user is authenticated by the Microsoft Windows Active Directory, and no secondary login is required to access and use the application. Each of the company panels contains an administration area, where access rights to specific data elements of the company are defined. Companies are distinguished by color. Fabricam is associated with blue, and University with red. Expanding the ActivReporter icon brings us to the heart of the application. Each item listed here is called an entity. For example, the chart of accounts and journal entries are entities. When a particular entity is selected, the pane on the right lists the contents of this entity. This right pane is called the High Definition pane, or HD pane, because you are able to see your data in high definition. At the bottom of the screen, we have the status bar. The number of entity items in the HD pane is shown, along with the number of entity elements currently selected and the sort order column. At the top of the screen is an area for filters. Filters enable the viewing of subsets of data presented in the HD pane. The lookup field will allow you to enter a wildcard mask to limit the HD pane to certain accounts in the chart of accounts. Both question mark and underscores are considered wildcards. Let's examine the entity for calendars found under Setup. We see several calendars listed in the HD pane. There is one special calendar, the Fiscal Calendar. This is the calendar from the Dynamics GP database as shown here. ActivReporter has additional predefined calendars to use in financial reporting: weekly, quarterly, monthly, forever, and annual calendars. You can define your own calendar. For example, there is a semester calendar that allows the university to produce financial statements by school semester. We can now discuss the concept of data visualization in more detail. Here is the chart of accounts for Fabricam. What can we do here? We can add additional data columns to the HD pane. Of all the possibilities you see on the screen, we are going to add the internal GP account index, the GP category description, the last activity date, and the user-defined field number 1. Now we can sort by any column, ascending or descending, and sort by multiple columns if we hold down the Control key. The status bar indicates the ordering of the sorted columns. For any chart of account, we can drill back to the Dynamics GP Detail Inquiry screen with a single keystroke, or to the Account Maintenance screen with an alternative keystroke. We notice that this account is using all caps in the description. So let's fix it. And we add a note in the user-defined field that is a sweep account. Watch closely in the ActivReporter application. Immediately upon saving the record in Dynamics GP, the change is reflected in ActivReporter without any refresh key. This demonstrates the active sync technology and the realization of an active database. We can also open the one-stop shop window for an account in ActivReporter. One of the tabs at the bottom of the screen is the Journal Detail tab. This tab shows all postings to this account, 1,800 of them, instantaneously. This view of journal entries is much more researchable than the Detail Inquiry screen for accounts in Dynamics GP. For example, we note that this account is for payroll. We can filter this list to all the postings not from the payroll journal to investigate misposted items. Or find all debit or credit amounts between $5,000 and $100,000. And for any entry, a single keystroke will take you back to the journal entry in Dynamics GP. In the status bar, we see the debit and credit totals from all highlighted rows. Watch the active totals change as we highlight more rows, and all rows. If the sorting, filtering, and active totals don't give you the information you need, we can copy the highlighted rows to Excel very quickly. And for any transaction, a single keystroke will take you back to the journal entry in Dynamics GP. What happens when we make a posting in Dynamics GP? Let's enter a transaction in Dynamics GP to move $5,000 out of our corporate bank account into the savings account. Before saving this transaction, let's open the savings account in ActivReporter to the Journal Detail tab. Now, watch closely the screen in ActivReporter. When we save the transaction in Dynamics GP, the posting immediately appears on the Journal Detail tab in ActivReporter. And if we recall this entry and delete it, it is immediately deleted in the ActivReporter detail screen without any user action, such as screen refresh. Again, we observe active database technology in action.